Okay, let's talk about two words you hear thrown around all the time in tech: reliability and availability. We hear them constantly when we're talking about the apps and websites we use every day. But what if I told you they are not the same thing? Not even close.
So that's the big question, right? Are they the same thing? It's a super common mix-up. I mean, people use them interchangeably all the time, but they actually measure two totally different, though, yeah, related parts of how a system performs.
And get this, because this is kind of the mind-bending part. A system can be 100% available, it's on, you can get to it, but at the very same time be completely, utterly unreliable. How on earth is that possible? Well, let's break it down.
First up, let's tackle reliability. Probably the best way to think about it is to just ask one simple question. Is the system doing the right thing correctly every single time? It's really all about correctness. So if you look at the more formal definition, there's one word that just jumps off the page, and that's correctly. See, reliability isn't just about a system being up and running. It's about it doing what it's supposed to do without making any mistakes. For example, think about a payroll system. Its job isn't just to be on. No, it needs to transfer the right amount of money to the right bank accounts on the right day. If it sends your paycheck to your boss's account by mistake, well, the system was technically up, but it had a massive reliability failure.
So, when teams are focusing on reliability, their goal is pretty straightforward: eliminate any and all chances for failure or weird behavior. They want to guarantee the system does exactly what you expect it to every single time you use it.
Okay, now let's switch gears and talk about availability. This concept asks a much, much simpler question. Is the system even turned on? Can I get to it? It's all about whether it's operational.
And the definition reflects that simplicity. Availability is all about time. It's just the percentage of time that a system is operational and ready for you to use. In a nutshell, it's all about uptime. It couldn't care less if it's doing things correctly, just that it's, well, available.
Let's throw a number out there to make this a bit more real: 87.5%. What does a number like that actually mean in the real world when we're talking about availability?
Well, it's pretty simple. If a website is down for, say, 3 hours in a 24-hour day, its availability for that day is 87.5%. It's just the slice of the pie that represents uptime versus downtime. And so, for the teams focused on availability, the goal is crystal clear: maximize that uptime. Get that percentage as close to 100 as humanly possible, making sure the system is always there, ready and waiting whenever you need it.
Okay, so we've defined both terms. Now it's time for the main event. Let's put them side by side in a direct comparison to really nail down the difference.
This table really is where it all clicks. Let's just walk through it. For reliability, the core question is it working correctly? For availability, it's just, is it working at all? Reliability measures correctness, availability measures uptime percentage. So the goal for one is to minimize failures, for the other, it's to maximize operational time. It all boils down to this: reliability is about the quality of performance, while availability is simply about access to the system.
All right, to really drive this point home, let's use an example where the stakes are incredibly high: a driverless car.
Think about it this way. The car's availability just means it turns on and is ready to drive. Simple. But its reliability, well, that's whether the brakes, the steering, and the sensors all work perfectly during your trip. A single reliability failure, like misreading a stop sign, that could be catastrophic. In this case, availability is a convenience. Reliability is literally a matter of life and death.
So now we really get the difference. But why does any of this matter? Because in the real world, you can't just pick one. The secret is all about balancing both of them.
They're different, for sure, but they are deeply connected. I mean, think about it. A system that's always available but constantly gives you errors or wrong information is, let's be honest, basically useless. It might have 100% availability, but if its reliability is zero, nobody's going to trust it, nobody's going to use it.
And this leads to some really critical decisions that businesses have to make. For something like a driverless car, reliability is the absolute non-negotiable priority. Safety is everything. But for, say, an online retail store, availability might actually be the higher priority. Being always open for business is a massive competitive advantage, even if a minor glitch pops up every now and then.
But here's the cool part. Even though they're different metrics, a lot of the strategies you use to improve them actually overlap. Things like routine maintenance, adding backup systems, what we call redundancy and failovers, and of course, just rigorous testing. Those are all fundamental ways to boost both reliability and availability. So let's bring it all home. The bottom line is this: both of these metrics directly slam into customer satisfaction.
A failure in either one is going to cost a business real money through lost sales, lost productivity, you name it. And the companies that absolutely excel at delivering both high reliability and high availability, those are the ones that get a major competitive edge.
So I'll leave you with this thought. The next time an app crashes on you, or a website gives you a weird error, or a service just doesn't work right, stop and ask yourself, was that a problem of its reliability or its availability? Because now you know the difference.